Hello and welcome to Pardon My German on a surprisingly chilly summer morning. Well, at least chilly when you look at what we had a week ago when temperatures were above 35 degrees centigrade. This morning it's just about 15, so quite a difference. And I'm standing here just in front of a lake, Donatus Lake, and it's one of a number of lakes which I would like to introduce you in this video. So, thanks for joining me today. Great to have you here. The Villeseen are a group of lakes in the Ville, a range of small hills to the south of Cologne. Donatus Lake is only one of these, as you can see on this map. And the lakes have a historical significance, not only for the region in general, but for my family in particular. Not far from this is the Silbersee, the Silver Lake. That name alone can inspire men of my generation, as most of us have read Karl May's novel Treasure of the Silver Lake as boys, or watched the movie based on it. Also nearby lies a chain of three lakes, Obersee, Mittelsee, Untersee, the upper, the middle, and the lower lake. Lieblarer See is one of the most well-known lakes in the area, not least because of its beach, also called Lieblarer Lido. Not far from that, Franziskussee. This lake serves as a nesting site for a number of birds, most notably 30 pairs of common gulls. Bleibtreussee, just outside of Brühl, is very well known for its water skiing facility. Heiderbergsee, the mountain lake on the edge of my birthplace Brühl, the place of my father's first attempts to teach me swimming in summer and skating in winter. A bit further up north, Otto Meikler See near Hürth, another lake with a beach. Finally, Berggeistweiher, which translate into Mountain Troll Pond. There are some more lakes in the area, as the map shows, but these are the ones I love to visit while living in the area. And here's where Donatus is located, which is of particular emotional importance for me. What makes these lakes special is that they're all man-made, being former lignite pits, filled with underground water after the end of mining in this area in the late 1950s. Now let me tell you why Donatus matters much to me. One of my great-grandfathers, on the paternal side of my family, used to work as a miner at Donatus when it was still a lignite pit. This is what Donatus looked like back then, with the pit, the briquette factory, and a railway transporting the product to the consumers, most notably the sugar refinery in Euskirchen. This is a picture of a lignite pit near Brühl, taken in the late 19th century. Maybe it was taken here, at what is today the Heider Bergsee. Or here at today's Bleibtreusee. The so-called Iron Man, the first big hydraulic shovel used at the Gruhlwerk near Brühl. And here we have one of Gruhlwerk's two briquette factories. By the way, there is still a grassroots football club called Viktoria Gruhlwerk, once founded by workers of that company. The company is long gone, but the club still exists. Their ground is not far from the Heider Bergsee. A shot of the Berggeistweiher. When this was still a pit, it belonged to the sugar refinery of Brühl. Here's an old picture taken at the refinery. The abundance of lignite mined in this area made industrialization of the Rhineland possible, just as well as the country's electrification. Goldenberg, the area's first big power plant, located not far from the Otto Michler Lake. The product of a forefather's work. I still remember these briquettes. They were still used to provide a cozy home for my maternal grandmother. She used to live in this working people's neighborhood in Brühl when I was a little boy. It hurts me when I pass by these lakes and there is not one bit of information available on their history. What nowadays provides some relaxing leisure time was once the backbone of growth and wealth. Some of the old buildings serve as apartment complexes these days, like this former briquette factory in Frechen. We should keep this history alive in our memory, as if you don't know where you're coming from, you'll never find the place you want to go. So much has become of these former lignite pits, even an amusement park. At some 2 million visitors a year, Phantasialand is one of Europe's most popular theme parks. It was founded in 1967 on part of the old Berggeist pit. It started as a sort of magic land, with fairy tales being told as well as enacted by animated dolls. Over the decades since, the park has become one of the region's prime attractions. This is the more impressive as its space is limited by neighboring residential areas, nature reserves, and a motorway. I haven't been to Phantasialand for nearly 20 years, and some of the attractions in this clip have been replaced by new ones in the meantime. Perhaps I should visit again soon to provide some updated video. Despite their age, these scenes sent the message I intended to send. What nowadays serves recreation, conservation, and fun was once an industrial area which helped lay the foundation to Germany's wealth. Just ask yourself, after having seen all these people of all ages having some fun time in Phantasialand, would they be having this great time without the parks and the whole area's history? We might not stand on the shoulders of giants actually, but on those of millions of hardworking people. That's it for part 1 of this series. Coming up are 2 videos on the Villa Lakes from March through October. Hope to see you again then, and of course I'd love to earn your subscription. Bye bye.